beautiful. Yes, it was a little chilly this morning, but not too bad for your afternoon. 60s across the board, 62 in Jefferson County, 62 there in Calhoun County, a good 68, just shy of 70 degrees in Tuscaloosa. Not feeling too bad. Winds aren't terrible. They're out of the northwest still that cold air that's filtering in for us across the area, with winds still gusting up just shy of 20 miles per hour for some spots. So there is a light breeze. What can you expect to be next, though? Well, that frost and freeze watch in effect tonight, storms Thursday night. We'll talk more about that, but we do have a nice weekend ahead. We'll be breaking down that full 7-day weather every 6. We have freeze warnings and a frost advisory in effect across central Alabama for your Wednesday morning, 1 a.m. to about 9 a.m. Protect those pets and those plants tonight. Let's take another quick look at those estimated overnight lows. Looks like the coldest areas will be further north. Again, some isolated upper 20s can't be ruled out, but most of us will be right at freezing or just slightly above it. If the further north you go, you'll be slightly below freezing. So expect some widespread frost early in the morning, but the afternoon won't be too bad. We're tracking upper 60s and low 70s. It's going to warm up pretty quickly. So you just got to watch those peak hours of the early morning. Otherwise, you can really ditch that jacket for the late afternoon. Now, our next big thing, well, we're tracking some storms late into Thursday. We'll talk more about that marginal risk and if you can expect any severe weather heading into your Thursday night and early Friday morning. Right here, more weather every 6. In effect. But I just want to go ahead and start with the good news is that the afternoons will not be terrible. Similar to this afternoon, tomorrow afternoon will warm up. Lots of sunshine's expected. It's beautiful right now. Those are our first alert sky vision cameras, but freeze alerts are in effect and they go into effect early Wednesday morning, 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. We have a frost advisory and a freeze warning. Notice areas under that lighter blue color on your screen further south have a better chance to see frost. Areas under that purple have a better chance to see a freeze, and it's mainly a light freeze, not a hard freeze. Just a quick short period of a few hours where those temperatures could reach right at freezing. We're tracking some upper 20s and low 30s, but again, protecting those pets, but also covering those plants if you've been working in your garden. It's going to be crucial, okay? As we bring in temperatures right now are in the 60s and 50s for some spots, 55 in Coleman, 68 in Tuscaloosa. Pretty dry across the area, lots of sunshine. It's been a beautiful afternoon, but still a little breezy with winds out of the northwest about 5 to about 15 miles per hour sustained and winds gusting up just above 25 mile per hour wind gusts in Greene County. A little breezy there. 21 there in Jefferson County last recorded, and 19 as a wind speed there in Alexander City. That's Tallapoosa County. So what's next? Well, we talked about that frost and freeze warning in effect tonight. We're actually tracking some wet weather and possible storms heading into your Thursday, but we do have a nice weekend ahead. So let's go ahead and take a full look at that super 7-day forecast as we track that next chance for what cold will it be and what do you need to do to prepare for the possible frost that you could see coming up right here, weather every 6 minutes.
City leaders are doing more to make sure you don't get stuck when trains are stopped at railroad crossings. New on the 4, the new
approach early Wednesday. I'm saying be prepared for chilly mornings and more pleasant afternoons once we heat up. But right now you can actually enjoy some milder conditions, 50s and 60s across central Alabama, even near 70 degrees further down south and west. But tonight, different story. Frost and freeze in effect. You can see areas highlighted in purple under that freeze warning, that frost advisory further south. We're watching between 1 a.m. Wednesday to about 9 a.m. with temperatures dropping down into the upper 20s and low 30s. I think that greatest chance for upper 20s will be further north Alabama, but I definitely think there will be some isolated spots dropping right near 29 degrees, low 30s, just below freezing, with those mid 30s further south central Alabama. So just be prepared for some cold weather. A little breezy right now with winds out of the northwest. That's that cold air and winds gusting up to about 20. But what's next, you might ask? Well, we talked about the cold tonight. We have rain and possible storms Thursday night and early Friday morning. It looks like a very fast moving system. We'll talk about that, but the good news is a very nice weekend ahead. Make those weekend plans. We'll talk more about that full 7-day weather every 6 minutes.
New technology is coming to train crossings in Birmingham to help keep you safe and informed.
Birmingham, to participate in the Red Shoe Run, you are in for a treat. Now, it will be a little chilly for those of you not running, so if you're just going to be standing out there, I highly suggest dressing with some extra layers, okay? 7 a.m., we're talking about some 30s in the forecast. 8 o'clock, though, warming up into the 40s. There will be lots of sunshine, so try to stay in the sun rather than the shade to stay as warm as possible. But hey, these conditions aren't terrible for the the runners, okay? So if they are dressed appropriately, if you're ready to head out there and run, you'll be good to go. Things will warm up for the afternoon, especially starting tomorrow afternoon. I know we have freezing temps early Wednesday, but the afternoon, you can expect some upper 60s, low 70s. We'll talk more about the weekend's highs and our rain chances this week. Coming up, weather every 6.
Helping you stay alert with First Alert weather and traffic every 6 minutes.
Monday, tons of sunshine, dry conditions. The early mornings will be chilly both days, so just make sure you have a jacket heading out the door. You're going to need it for the late evenings as well, but as we approach the afternoon and once the sun comes out and heats us up, mid 60s for a Saturday, and we're looking at upper 60s, low 70s Sunday afternoon, Sunday being the warmest day of the weekend. It looks great also down at the beach. Maybe make a weekend beach trip down to Gulf Shores, nearing 70 degrees Saturday afternoon, lots of sunshine, and Sunday trending a little bit warmer down at the beach at Gulf Shores with highs in the upper 60s and low 70s. So it looks great no matter which way you look at it, but we do need to talk about Thursday of this week. Looks like Thursday night, early Friday morning, we're tracking our next storm system that could bring us some damaging winds and some hail. Tornado threat looks very low, but we're under marginal risk for all of central Alabama. That's a level 1 out of 5. So we'll talk more about that, talk more about the timing of it so you can best prepare heading into your Thursday, and more on the cold conditions early Wednesday morning. That's tomorrow. We'll talk about it coming up right here, weather every 6 minutes.
Tonia, thank you. We're on your side, keeping you on top of what's happening in Montgomery. Right now, lawmakers are working on bills that will impact you and your families.
Because early tomorrow morning, it will be pretty cold, but we will have more beautiful afternoons, and tomorrow, lots of sunshine is expected, similar to your Tuesday. If you enjoyed this afternoon, you're going to enjoy tomorrow because we're actually trending a few degrees warmer. We're tracking right now temperatures in the 60s and a few upper 50s. Looks like 57 in Coleman and Marion County being some of the cooler spots, but most areas really warmed up today. I mean, 68 in Tuscaloosa, just shy of 70 degrees, 65 in Bibb County. Looks a little cooler there in Clay at 59 right now, but again, plenty of sunshine. As we head into your Thursday, though, things will change as far as the clouds and the sky conditions. We're expecting increasing cloud coverage heading into your Thursday afternoon, and we could see a strong and maybe a low-end severe storm moving across the area Thursday night. We're under that marginal risk. That's a level 1 out of 5. The impacts we're expecting, well, damaging wind gusts, large hail, tornado threat, not very likely, but still not completely zero. We need to watch it. But the big story over the next 24 hours is just how cold it's going to be. A reminder, we're under some freeze alerts. We have a frost advisory and freeze warning across central Alabama. That frost advisory further south, just because you guys may not quite reach freezing, but mainly our northern counties, you guys will have that better chance to see a freeze. Temperatures right around 32 degrees or a degree less. We're tracking that coldest period between 1 a.m. and 9 a.m. Upper 20s, low 30s. So a reminder to protect those pets and cover those plants. Let's take a look now at that super 7-day forecast. We are tracking that wet weather returning for our area Thursday night, but that greatest rain and storm chance will be in those overnight hours. So expect it to be a little bit more elevated as far as the rain chance. We're talking more about a 70% chance, but we'll hold a 30% chance for earlier in the day because I do see some showers far north and North Alabama in general as we approach your late Thursday afternoon. This is just after lunchtime, heading into your evening, 3 o'clock, looking at a few showers further north. It looks like that rain chance starts to increase as we approach the evening, and then we start to see a better storm chance and a line of storms building in across the area after about 9 p.m. into your Thursday night. That's going to move south and east, and it looks like a very fast moving system out of here far before 2 a.m., at least according to this model. So we'll watch it very closely. Still not seeing a very great severe threat, but still something to pay attention to. Those damaging winds and hail will be a concern and will definitely impact your Thursday night. As far as it impacting your early Friday morning commute, I don't see that because it looks like rain chances will kind of taper off for the early morning. There is a slight chance for a few passing showers into the afternoon and evening, so we'll still hold on to that 20% chance and partly cloudy skies. Beautiful weekend, beautiful conditions next week. Chief Meteorologist Wes White is back at 5 with a full breakdown of that 10-day forecast.
Well, now to those tariffs. We're on